questions. I guess one of my biggest questions.
But why is the Sabbath not a part of it? Percent of them not work and rest on Saturday.
Yeah, majority don't.
Yeah, or they have a day of worship is Sunday, which the church have actually innovated. This idea of Sunday being the day of worship, because there's nothing in the Bible that says that you have to worship on Sunday. But this is what the tradition of the church, this is what has become predominant for Christians. So Christians don't really keep the Sabbath. So even if you want to come from a Christian point of view, because Christians, they claim and something called progressive revelation. We believe in something called progressive revelation as well. You know what progressive revelation is?
No.
That revelation, the commands of God changes with time based on the needs of the people. So the teachings of Noah were not the same as the teachings of Moses. The teachings of Moses are not the same as the teachings of Jesus. The teachings of Jesus are not the same as the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. So Allah Azza wa Jal affirms that there is something called Sabbath. Allah affirms that in the Quran, and He says that the children of Israel have transgressed in the Sabbath, because this is الَّذِينَ اعْتَدَوْا فِي السَّبْتِ, that they were working in the Sabbath, even though they were not supposed to work in the Sabbath, but they were trying to play games with God. They put the net Friday night,
Yeah.
and then the fish go in the net on Saturday, and they stay home. They don't do anything on Sunday. They collect the fish. So they're playing games with God. Like, what? We didn't really. We didn't do fishing on Saturday because God was testing them. God was bringing the fish, a lot of fish on Saturday to test them. And other days of the week, there were not as much fish or as many fish. So what happens is that they were always seeing fish on Saturday, and they know what, Saturday cannot work. That's the test. So what they used to do, trying to trick God. So what, on Friday night we're going to put. But Allah Azza wa Jalla affirms there's something called the Sabbath, and that He says that it was made upon those who transgressed on it. So it's not an obligation for everyone. It was an obligation for the children of Israel in that time. And it is certainly not for God resting on the seventh day. We don't believe that. God does not rest. He does not need energy.